Bradshaw there in the Sierra Delta League. Ripon there in the, Ripon there in the Southern League. About to get started underway here with the kickoff. There it is, John Henry. Let's talk a little bit. We mentioned it in the pregame. What sort of strategy are we going to see out here today?
Well, again, I'll mention in talking to the Pride coach, Coach Rangel, they've really come in here with a plan, which I think is important. On the other side of the ball for Ripon, I've got the kind of sense that they were like just really excited to be here. All the girls kind of were. I don't know the best way to put it, but they're having a good time out there. They were loose, they were ready to play, and I think these two styles of play, one where you're just really excited to be here and you're going to go all out all day, and then this other side, a little more composure, a little more of a plan. So we'll kind of see how this plays out in the next 80 minutes here.
Pride have it back in their own defensive zone. So far the Knights have managed to push it into the Pride territory, though it looks like it's going to be tossed around a little bit in the middle of the field here. Once again, Bradshaw there in white. They're moving forward now. Opportunity on the left side. See if she can find a crossover to the middle here. That's Angela Horn who has possession, still maintaining possession. She's going to end up losing it, though. It's going to go back now to the Knights. Going to cross over to midfield. That one's gone. Go back to Bradshaw. Looks like they're going to try and set up here for another strike. Still along about the 40-yard line. Opportunity now. It's going to dribble away from Bradshaw, though. Looks like on the outside corner, that was Olivia Gula.
And good defense already shown by the Knights. Kira Adams as well, alongside Adri Van Groningen on the near side on the last two plays, just doing a good job keeping that ball in front and getting it out of the way of danger to keep the Pride away from the goal. Solid D so far on that side.
There's a corner kick that went behind the net, so that's going to go out of play. It's going to be kicked now by the Knights. Travels to about midfield. Headbutted, recovered by Bradshaw. That one's going to dribble out of bounds.
And we've seen a few little missed touches by the girls early in this one, and you always kind of see that in games like this, the championship game, the first few minutes, everybody's really excited to be here, a lot of energy. They just got done warming up, and that's not atypical of a game of this kind of stature to have a few missed touches.
Outside, we might have an opportunity here. It's going to be centered. It's going to be recovered by the Knights, though. Good job trying to set that one up on the outside. That was Angelina Horn once again. That ball's going to go up and clear over the net. Almost an opportunity there for Horn on the near side.
That was a nice ball from the far side there, looking for Horn. She had some open space there, just a little too strong on the cross, and it headed out of bounds, but it actually crossed over the sideline as opposed to the touchline, so it's going to be a long throw deep in the defensive end there.
It's going to be headed up in the air a couple times. It's going to be whistled, though. We're going to get a kick here. Once again, that is Ripon there in the blue, heading towards the right side of your screen. Bradshaw in white, moving towards the left.
Great ball down the line.
Looks like that's Jessica Syracuse. She's looking for a centering pass. Can't find it, though. So once again, the defense of Ripon is going to keep this one under control.
That was a great little run there to find the Pride player, and I'm gonna get her name in a second. But she looks like she's got a little bit of speed out there. Very dangerous up top. All you need is that one final touch, get that ball across to the middle, or to get that shot off.
And it looks like the Pride aren't having problems getting the ball down the sideline. It's just getting that crossover to the middle. It's where the defense of Ripon has really been stuffing them.
Yeah, as a defensive player, you almost let the offense go down the sides because you know that they're not going to take an in-swinging shot from 40 yards out on the sideline, but as soon as that ball gets to the middle, that's the dangerous spot.
Here's an opportunity for Ripon. It's going to dribble away, though. Almost with a chance to take a cut at that one. literally take a cut. That was number 3 out there. That's Tegan Manis. She's a junior on the Ripon squad. Kick by the Pride goalie. They're going to maintain possession. Looks like that ball just kept inside. Pass goes a little far. She gets her back on it, though, and here's an opportunity. Looking for a shot. Crosses over to the right side. She can get a cut in there. Not going to happen, though. What a play. Looks like that was Jessica Syracuse who just ran away with that one. Good job getting the ball over. Just couldn't connect and finish.
And that's Syracuse twice now, taking it on this near side. Looks like she's playing striker up top, and she is dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if she puts one away today or gets an assist or two.
Absolutely, John Henry. That ball's going to roll out side to side. No one can connect with it.
2 corner kicks so far for the Pride, and really haven't been able to even get a shot or an opportunity on goal. The first one headed out on the near side over the end line, and then the second one was just a little too strong, came all the way out to the near side here, close to us over the touchline. So those corner kicks are big opportunities for these teams.
They're valuable. They're valuable.
Yeah, you can't waste them like that. Here's Syracuse again. How did she get there? My goodness.
That ball's going to be kicked away about 5-6 feet wide of the far post. But yeah, Syracuse has looked impressive in the early goings here. Bradshaw showing a lot of offensive talent here, just unable to connect up front. That's where the goals come from. They're going to have another chance here. Typically.
Good D.
Oh, nice move in the middle there. That was Ripon's player, Kaylee Coline.
And that's such a tough play as a defender. You know, if you've got the ball on offense, you know what you're going to do with it. But as a defender, if you can just kind of keep that ball, keep the player in front of you, as Coline did, that makes the world of difference. And if she can win that ball in the middle, that's going to be big for Ripon.
Tossed back in by Bradshaw. Looks like Ripon's going to get possession of it, though. It's going to dribble back out of bounds. Still right around midfield here. Ripon's going to look for some offensive opportunities. They really haven't had that many.
Yeah, their defense is looking strong so far, which is important, obviously, but they've got to do a better job of attacking the defense on the Pride side.
Absolutely. In the early minutes of the game, they had the ball down in the Pride defensive territory for quite a while. Couldn't manage to get a shot on goal out of it, though. An opportunity. Looks like the defense of Ripon's just going to punt that one away. Pride continuing to apply the pressure here. About 32 minutes left here. First half of play.
Big throw from the near side here from Bradshaw player Alicia Mann. Man, that's going to be a offensive weapon once they get a throw in inside the 18. It almost becomes a corner.
Gonna have it back in the middle. Good move there. Another good move right up the middle. Looks like she's gonna be taken down, though. A lot of pressure on here. That was Natalie Parks on Bradshaw. Looks like the goal is gonna come way out on Bradshaw to get that ball all the way back down to the other side of the field, almost turning that into another opportunity. That ball just slowly rolling.
Yeah, great decision there. I believe that's for Bradshaw. That's Petrie in goal. And that's one of those scary ones, because as a keeper, you're comfortable in your box, but when you got to come out, that's when it gets a little scary, and the coach kind of takes a deep breath.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 call. You just got to make it on the fly, whether or not you're just going to sit and wait for the ball to come to you, or whether you're going to go out and take it.
And the big thing there, and it's the one thing that kind of holds back a lot of keepers and differentiates a great keeper from just a good one. Once you make that decision, if you hesitate at all, it gives the offense just so much more time and space to work with. But if you come out, close that ball down, make the decision, and stick with it, even if it might not be the best decision, you got to stick with that decision and trust yourself.
Yeah, you got to commit. That's a lot of what soccer goaltending is just committing, reading the play, And she made a good decision there. Here we go, an opportunity by Ripon. The Knights have it. Poked away by the Bradshaw defense, though, and right back the other way. They are good at transitioning, John Henry. It looks like from defense to offense, they've really been doing a good job taking the ball away on defense and just sending it right back down the field and setting up another offensive opportunity.
Yeah, all the offense so far has come on these quick counterattacks. Defense, as we said, been so solid and just kind of pushing it straight forward to the likes of Tegan Manis, up top number 3, who's gotten her foot on a few balls, and Natalie Prins, who we haven't seen too much on the far side, been a little quieter.
Audrey Van Groningen going to throw it in for the Knights here. Good opportunity here if they can put it together. Looks like it's going to be poked away up by Bradshaw once again. Bradshaw again doing an excellent job on defense, containing the offense of the Knights. Overhead thrown in, head-butted by the Pride. Throwing it in was Amanda Evans on the Knights. Looks like they're going to have it here on the outside. They got one person in the middle. They're going to kick it way up. Looks like that's going to go a little out of reach. The keeper is going to go pick that one up, though. That is Petrie once again.
Petrie again kind of wandering, not even wandering, but just deciding to get out of her comfort zone a little bit and get further away from that goal to go find the ball. And that's got to be so nice as a defense, because you know you can trust your keeper to kind of take care of that back line when she's so confident like that.
She's one of the leaders on this team. In her senior year of play, she's a captain. Doing an excellent job backstopping the Pride. This ball is going to be booted up, almost a field goal. Actually, that's going to hop on over the fence, so we might bid bon voyage to that ball. We got a new one coming in. About 28 minutes left in play here. It's been all Pride so far offensively. Doing an excellent job containing on defense as well. Knights looking to get right back into this game, though. They have an opportunity here. Taken away once again. That was Audrey Van Groningen for the Knights. Lost that one about midfield. Here's an opportunity if she can make it there first. Keeper's going to have to come out, and a great job picking that one up. That was a toss-up there between Tegan Manis and Petrie. Petrie having to go out and scoop that one up herself again.
Yeah, and I know we've already talked about it twice. That's the third time she's really made a solid decision and come out and made the play on the ball, which helps her defense out and then gives her team opportunities like this.
It's a gutsy one, too. We've seen a couple foot races like that. Here we go on the outside. That's going to get away from the Pride and dribble out. That's Kennedy Barkley.
Yeah, and so far you mentioned it's been all Pride as far as opportunities. I don't think they've really gotten a shot on goal yet, but they've had everything but, a couple corner kicks, getting down the field, putting some pressure on the defense. Defense holding strong for Ripon, but coming back to it, you kind of look at these two styles of play, and the Pride are all about build-up. They get the ball, they pass it around, hold it, and then slowly move up the field, get their players up the field with the ball. On the other side, Ripon is their most offensive weapon, their biggest weapon is going to be that counterattack.
Absolutely. They seem to play a possession style. Definitely a transition team. That seems like where they're getting a lot of their opportunities here. Speaking of which, we might have one here if the ball can travel right down the middle. Looks like it is, but it's going to be knocked away by the Knights. Here we go, though. It's going to be booted down into the Knights' defensive territory, right back into the middle of play. Good take right there. Taken right back, though. Back and forth right in the middle. See who can come up with this one. Booted deep down into the Pride defensive territory. This ball's just back and forth in the middle. No one coming up with anything big at the moment. Another big boot.
That's Amanda Evans with the two big balls down the field looking
Petrie.
for her players. Petrie again.
Petrie once again. We've seen her 4 or 5 times come out and make big plays on that ball rather than just sit back in the cage. About 25 and a half minutes left in the first half of play here. Again, this is Division VII Women's Soccer Finals up in the Sac-Joaquin section. Beautiful Stockton, California today.
Perfect day for soccer.
Absolutely.
Couldn't imagine anything else. Beautiful.
In the middle field now. Trying to make a move. That is the Pride player, Angelina Horn. Once again, Horn's been strong. Looking for that transition here, see if they can come up with it. Booted deep down the line. That's actually going to stay in. Good job controlling that kick to keep that ball in bounds. And we have it in the middle here. See if they can come up with it. A lot of stifling defense there from the Knights, though, and that's going to be knocked out.
Looks like Katie Dunham's going to come up from the defensive side for the Pride to take this big throw.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity here. They haven't come often or easy. Down the middle, looking to set this one up. Knights applying a lot of pressure, though. And they're going to knock this one away, so it's right back down into Pride territory. Bradshaw is going to get this one. Looks like Petrie, once again, she's going to give this one the big boot. And she fires it off. It's a towering one. Doesn't go for distance on that, more placement. Still contending with it in the middle. So 23.5 minutes left on the clock. Opportunity here for Bradshaw. Once again, if she can cross it over. Just a little bit out of reach. The pass went a little errant there. Still an opportunity. They're going to get a shot. That's going to be kicked away. Uh-oh, here we go. Right in the middle. Takes a shot. Blocked by the defense. Once again, trying to get that ball towards the net. Bradshaw not giving up on this one on the near side. That's Olivia Gula. Here's a boot. That's going to go just. Looks like that might have dinged the post if it got through, but the keeper is going to come up with it for Ripon. Oh, a series of good events there for Bradshaw, John Henry. What did you like?
Yeah, I liked what Natalie Parks did in the middle. The senior captain, who's been playing pretty much center mid all day. Number 4, all of that attack kind of came from her. She's working hard in the middle on the defensive side to win that ball back. But then when she's got the ball, she's got a great touch, first of all, good confidence, and then great vision to play that ball off.
Almost an opportunity there. She could get the setup going. It looked like that was Jessica Syracuse once again.
She is dangerous, and if she was able to get just an extra touch on that and get into some open field, I think that's what she was looking to do, is just kind of play it to herself. She's going to be off to the races.
Yeah, it looked like she was about half step behind on that. The Knights took a shot there. It went about 5-6 feet to the side of the net, so Petrie here is going to get a kick on it. Rather, it won't be Petrie. But about 22 minutes left here in the first half. Still nothing score here on PlayOnSports.com. This ball headed away. It doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to get there. Going to let that one roll out of bounds. A little bit of a breeze picking up here. That's refreshing, actually.
It's lovely. It's probably 75 degrees. It's sunny, obviously. It's just a perfect, beautiful day for soccer, and with this light breeze, I mean, these girls could probably play all day.
Here's Syracuse looking to keep it in bounds. It's going to knock it off of a Knights player, though.
And we're going to have our first substitution of the game for the Pride. It's going to be Olivia Schofield coming in, number 12, getting some action. And coming off to take a breather, I believe that's Alyssa Quintero.
Well, they have it here. That shot's going to go up. Oh, and it misses by about 1.5 feet. That top shelf left corner. That's about the best shot they've had on net so far. Looks like that was Jenny Lawson who got a lot of that kick. Here we go, a kick from the Knights. That ball's going to go out of bounds.
And on that substitution, just want to make sure we get that correct. That was actually number 18, Angelina Horn, who came off to take a breather. And we've been calling her name quite a few times.
She's been strong.
Yeah, I'm sure she's not going to be off for too long. Just a quick breather. Coach just talking to her a little bit, giving her a few pointers. Grab some water, and she's going to, I wouldn't doubt she's going back in.
I don't think we've seen the last of her.
Nope.
Here on the near side now, Bradshaw has it. Here we go, maybe an opportunity. Crossing it over to the middle. Knights managed to kick it away. Still has possession, though, is Bradshaw. Here they're going to take a kick. Nope, they're going to look for the pass instead. Maintaining possession, that's Olivia Gula, and that one's going to go headed, and it's going to go to the left side of the net.
Gula, if she would have received that ball on the ground instead of in the air, she had a lot of space around her, could have taken a touch and had a good shot. And instead, since it was bouncing, it kind of took her a minute to collect and then play from there, and giving the defense time to surround and get that ball out.
Headed right back the other way off that kick. Looks like Bradshaw's going to come up with it again. The Pride still have it. Fight in the middle. Looks like the Knights are going to poke that one away. Right back down. No one's going to be there. The Knights are going to boot that one up. Back and forth game here. No team really establishing themselves as the leader, although I have to say Bradshaw, if they keep getting opportunities like they've been getting, it's only going to be a matter of time before one of them goes into the net. About 18.5 minutes here left. First half of play, still nothing game. We got big goose eggs up on the scoreboard.
And on that last point, Andrew, I mean, the Knights have been a good job of defending that final third, not giving the Pride really any opportunity to get a shot off. Even though right now they've got the ball just outside the 18, they can't seem to pull the trigger because the Knights are doing such a good job of just swarming to the ball.
Yeah, just a hard time finishing, although the opportunities have been there. Speaking of which, there's a strong shot looking for someone to connect to in the middle, I think, but that's scooped up by the keeper. That's going to be booted back down the other way. Knights come up with it, streaking away. See if she can get the kickoff on it right down the middle. Poked away by the Bradshaw defense. It looked like that was Ashley Bloomhoff right there.
She's going up against Katie Dunham in the back there playing sweeper, and Dunham did everything she could to keep the opposing player off the ball, doing a good job.
Right back the other way. Again, that great transition from Bradshaw. They don't waste any time here, throwing that one right back in. There's a kick that's going to go just wide on the near side of the net. I don't know if any of these are counting as shots on goals per se, but they're certainly getting opportunities. I think it's safe to call them that.
Yeah, this is one of those games you look at the score sheet, and the keeper for the Pride has probably got a few more saves than the Knights, but the opportunities that we're watching here, you can tell that the Pride is getting the better quality opportunities.
Crossover is hard, but couldn't connect to anybody. Good kick from the corner there, though, was Olivia Gula. Here's another opportunity. If they can continue to press, they're going to take a big whack at it.
Wow. Jenny Lawson loading up the cannon, Andrew.
Just wide, though. That's a great opportunity. Again, I don't know if that's a shot on goal.
Yeah, again,
it's
not
a good opportunity.
Man, that was a dangerous shot. And when you see the shadow of the ball cross over the post there, you know it's close, even from this angle.
Oh, yeah. Pride's really spreading it on thick right now. Knights looking to transition back the other way. I think it's going to be picked up by Bradshaw. They'll let that one roll out. About 16 minutes even left in this half.
Syracuse is going to come out and take a breather again. A player we haven't seen the last of her yet. So replacing her, is going to be Trisha Simmons, coming in, some fresh legs up top.
Bradshaw Christian from Sacramento, not making too long a trip. Ripon, obviously, from Ripon. I think two big high schools in Ripon, if not mistaken. There's Ripon Christian, then Ripon High School itself. Don't quote me on that.
I'll hold you to it.
No, I said don't.
Oh, sorry.
John. This ball tossed around the middle. It's going to roll out of bounds on the far side. Knights are going to throw this one overhead.
I was on 6-1, 3-2-9, so let's take that one back to not start yet.
See if that great transition of the Pride can work out here. Looks like it's going back the other way though.
And you can almost tell a little bit of everybody's kind of getting a little winded out there, a little sloppier play than we saw just a few minutes ago. And we got a whistle here. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Looks like the referee might have called an advantage, meaning there was a foul. He kind of let him play because the Pride still had the ball, but as soon as it came out of bounds, it's a better position for them to have a free kick than to give a free throw-in away on this near side.
Good read, John Henry. I didn't even catch that one.
All over it.
That's why you're here. Knights defense picks that one away. It's going to go up in the air into Bradshaw defensive territory. We've seen some racehorses over there. Nothing really materializing, though, for the Knights. They've had a couple good chances. Petrie has come out to stifle those opportunities, though.
And credit that Pride defense as well. They're kind of fun to watch. Once they win the ball, they very rarely just boot it out and clear it, but they actually try to play with it in the back, kind of get that build-up that we were talking about again, and that starts in the back there.
Yeah, if you got good people backstopping, it makes it that much easier to transition over to offense. And that's to the Pride's credit. We haven't seen that so much from the Knights. It seems like the Knights just trying to kick it away, and it's almost why the Pride have been able to transition back to offense so quickly, as they just pick off those clearing attempts and turn it right back around on them.
And let me see if I can kind of figure out what just happened there, because we had a substitution on the near side. It was Alicia Mann who came out, and then replacing her was Katie Finley. And it appeared, as we're trying to figure it out, but Alicia Mann was holding something in her hand, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm pretty sure it was the bottom part of her cleat, right under the ball of her toe. It's like this big front of her cleat that just came off.
It's kind of what that looked like to me, too. I wasn't... We're 50 feet up in the air here, so it makes it a little harder to figure that out. But
sure enough, she is changing her shoes, putting her new cleats on, and that's a first for me, sir.
Well, John Henry, you're a soccer player. Do you carry backup cleats with you?
Honestly, I typically don't. Luckily, Alicia Mann does. Usually, if something like that were to happen, little equipment malfunction, you kind of borrow somebody else's cleats for the time being. But no, I typically do not. To answer your question,
they're expensive.
They're not cheap.
No. This ball right in front of the net. If the Knights can come up with it, some contact made there. She's
Natalie
right
Parks.
back on her feet, though.
Uh-oh.
And again, here's that transition, streaking with it. Pride almost had an opportunity there. That was Tricia Simmons.
Natalie Parks doing a good job winning that ball top of the 18, taking a few touches, and then looking for Simmons down the field. Ooh.
Simmons, more contact made. Not afraid to get physical there.
Here's
an
a
opportunity
shot
for Bradshaw. Shot is up and over the net. Probably cleared it by about 2.5 feet. Big boot there, though.
And again, that was Jenny Lawson loading up that cannon. She likes shooting from out there. As we see Alicia Mann coming back in, new cleats and all.
Yeah, she seems to like firing from the slot there right in midfield. That's your highest percentage shot on the field.
Well, it's such a dangerous shot, too, because even though she missed both of those, the defense now has to kind of make that decision, step out to her, and as soon as you pull someone out of the box to step out to her, you obviously have an open spot in the box, which opens up the little through ball, which is an even easier chance to score. So that's such a dangerous shot, even though she hasn't put those on frame quite yet. Not to mention they could go in. That's the other danger.
Absolutely, and she looks like she's aiming for top shelf with those. She's going for those higher percentage shots where the goalie is least able to dive and get to those. Some contact made there.
And that's Lawson again getting the call as she was kind of pushed off the ball. We know she's got the boot for this one. She's probably going to try to float it right about the penalty spot.
Both teams setting up. Ooh, there it goes, right up the middle. Could not get a foot on it, though. Another strong opportunity for the Pride.
And that's Jessica Syracuse who got on the end of that one. Almost looked like she was a little surprised that it snuck through. There was quite a few Knight defenders between Syracuse and that ball, and it just kind of squirted through and bounced off her leg.
I actually thought it was a little higher than that. I thought it was almost around stomach, maybe chest height. That's why she had trouble getting to it.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy one to collect.
Another opportunity for the Pride. They got it to the outside. If she can get there in time and cross it back over, she will, but she's not going to be able to wrangle it on the right side. It's going to cross over the back side of the net. Almost a good setup there by the Pride. It looks like everything's just ending up a little bit out of reach, a little bit off target. But with these kind of opportunities, you have to imagine that one of them's going to go in.
And that was Natalie Parks again, putting that through ball to that far corner before the cross came. And Parks is kind of that quarterback-like player that you like to have in the middle. She really takes control of the game when she's in there. She can beat someone on the ground. She can put those great through balls in, and she's got a lot of speed and discipline in the middle.
Just saw a great move by Syracuse to pick that ball away. Ends up going back the Knights' way right now, though. See if they can come up with it. Midfield deep kick. She just boots it away.
And that's Savannah Grant looking to put a shot on frame from outside. That was a little further away than we've seen the other shots, but still a good opportunity. As you mentioned, those high percentage shots from the middle of the field. Angelina Horn checking back in on cue.
Ripon, they're going to boot this one back. No players to take advantage of that ball, though, so it's going to go back to Bradshaw. Still at about midfield again. This ball's going to get towered up into the air. Booted back the other way. Might have a foot race here. Looks like Petrie's going to come and swoop that one up once again. It's almost like having an extra defender back there.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage for a defense to be able to have a keeper like Petrie. She's so on cue, doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing with speed, with good technique, and just getting to the right place at the right time.
Syracuse has this one on the near side. Tries to connect to the middle, goes right through. Playing the body in the middle. That ball's going to go on net. I think that might actually be the first legitimate shot on goal. Another opportunity for the Pride.
And that was Angelina Horn, who had just previously checked in a minute ago, taking that shot from outside. I think that's a great strategy for Bradshaw. We've mentioned, the low, like you said, first shot on goal potentially, possibly. And that's what they've got to do. They've got to keep shooting from the outside until the Knights start to step forward. Then they look for those through balls because they're really packing it in. You can see right now we got 7 defenders in the box. Ooh.
Good defensive boot there. Once again, that's Amanda Evans. She takes some strong whacks at that ball. Just boots that one away defensively. Good job getting in the right position there to swallow up that shot. Would have otherwise gone on the net.
And it's going to be the third corner kick that we've seen from that side for the Pride. And the first two, as we mentioned, they've kind of squandered those opportunities. See if they could take advantage here. Jenny Lawson set to kick this one right into the middle. A few oncoming runners.
She's got a strong leg. It's up in the air, right in the middle, headbutted, and that's in the goal. Would you believe it?
Wow. Oh my goodness, what a goal!
That is about as legitimate as a goal can be. That was Natalie Parks.
Natalie Parks,
heading
the
that one
senior
in.
captain. My goodness, what a perfect ball coming in from the corner. Jenny Lawson, after they squandered those first two opportunities, just capitalizing on the perfect header. Great placement, good composure. It wasn't the strongest header, Andrew, but it was just put in the right spot, just far enough away from the keeper. And that's our first goal of the game, folks. 1-0 Pride.
Right back the other way, the Knights almost get an opportunity there, and that came right around the 5.5-minute mark in the first half. Natalie Parks, captain on the Bradshaw Christian Pride. That beautiful header goal. You're right, John Henry. It wasn't the hardest shot I've ever seen, but it was just beautifully placed. Looked about mid-height in the left side corner. About 4.5 minutes now. So Bradshaw Christian's going to take a 1-0 lead over the Ripon Knights. Once again, this is Division 7 soccer, the women's finals.
Uh-oh.
Syracuse almost getting an opportunity there. She would have had a strong chance to just outrun the D there. Got away from her, though. Playing midfield, taken away by the Knights. That's Ashley Bloomhoff. She's going to have it on the near side. Looks like it's going to roll away into the corner. Great defensive move right there. Back on net. Petrie's going to scoop that one up easily. Petrie, one of the more aggressive keepers we've seen in quite a while, John Henry.
Yeah, I mean, you look at our rosters here, and she is a senior, one of the captains of this team, and there's no doubt about her leadership skills and her confidence back in goal. The defense listens to her. The defense kind of knows what she's going to do before she does it because she's doing the right things. You know, sometimes you expect one thing to happen, and the other thing happens, and you, if everybody's more on the same page, you get kind of what we're seeing today with this defense of the Pride.
Yeah, you look for that kind of consistency. That makes your defense that much better. If you know exactly how your keeper's going to play it every single time, then you can use it to your advantage. Place yourself in a better position.
Exactly.
About 2:40 left on the clock here in the first half. Once again, the Pride, they're up 1-0. They throw this one in overhead.
Parks with a little bit of space in the middle here.
That's Syracuse who's going to get that one over, gets it right back. Too much pressure from the Knights, though. Back the other way. Here's an opportunity if they can set it up right into the middle. A lot of traffic in front of the net. Managed to come up with it were the Knights.
Good job by the keeper. I think she did get a hand on that one.
Yeah. Here we go. Opportunity from the near side. It's kicked just wide. Manages to stay in, then took a strange roll.
And that was Natalie Parks looking for Angelina Horn, who was I couldn't tell if she was playing that ball across or maybe trying to slot it in that far post. Either way, kind of snuck between that post and the final player for the Pride and ended up in a throw-in.
Here's towards the net once again. The keeper's going to come out and scoop that one up smartly, though. Good read. She's going to give that one the big boot. It's going to go back down the other way. Rolls out about midfield here.
Going to be a throw in here for the Knights.
Head goes up, ball goes out. That was Alicia Mann on Bradshaw. She's been solid back on D in this game, as have the rest of the Bradshaw defense.
Here's Syracuse now.
She can come up with it, and she does. She's going away. Off to the races. Syracuse has it. She's going to pass it away to her teammate. Big opportunity. Shoots and scores.
Oh, my gosh. And she was actually caught offside there.
Oh.
Syracuse played that ball just 1 second too late.
Oh, that was a close call. Close call there. Syracuse with a heck of a job.
And that was Olivia Goulart, with that. She was called offsides, and like I said, if Syracuse would have played that just a second earlier, Goulart was in. and onside. Instead, she took one extra touch. Gula thought it was coming to her, so she stepped in behind the defense just a second early. And what a beautiful play, though. I mean, that's not an easy ball to put through a couple defenders right to your foot, right to your teammate's foot. Beautiful.
Certainly. She made a couple moves to make that play happen. Looking for a crossover to the middle. That's knocked out of bounds, though. More great opportunities there from Bradshaw.
That's going to be halftime there, Andrew.
Absolutely. So an exciting first half. It's going to be Bradshaw Christian, the Pride. They're going to come up with a 1-0 lead heading into the second half. Ripon Christian, the Knights, they're still going to be trailing by 1. Back here in a minute at PlayOnSports.com. Division 7 women's soccer in the Sac-Joaquin section.
Coming out of that first half, the Pride were able to put one away on a corner kick from Jenny Lawson. Beautiful corner kick right to the head of Natalie Parks. Parked herself in the perfect spot, right on the penalty spot, and was able to head it right on that far post.
That was a beautiful goal. A second goal waved off from the offsides. I'll tell you, Bradshaw just looked a little bit more than dominant out there in the first half, but the score is not reflective of that. Still only a 1-0 lead. But I'll tell you, in terms of opportunities and chances, Bradshaw was off the charts in that first half play.
And folks, we wanted to apologize. We weren't sure exactly who was in goal for the Knights, and have recently found that out. Credit Brianna Haida with all of those saves in that first half. Really kept the Ripon Christian Knights kind of in this one, as the Pride were just kind of pounding away. But yeah, credit Haida with those saves. She was doing a fantastic job, and we'll give her the credit that she deserves.
Bradshaw has it in the middle, pokes it over to the side. Knights do a good job just sort of flooding their defensive zone, though. It seems like they got, whoa, oops, a little bit of contact made.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, right on point there, Andrew. They do a great job. You can see right now they have 10 players back in the box, 9 players, excuse me, defending against only 4 or 5 Pride players, and that's what we talked about, that Pride able to take those shots from the outside.
Opportunity off the crossbar. What a shot. Just a bit too high on the outside, the far side over there. That play developed out of nothing. I thought the Knights for sure were going to be able to pick that one up.
Yeah, they've got to do a better job marking in the back on that free kick. That's just like a corner kick. They had 9 girls to cover only 4 or 5 of the Pride players, but either way, the Pride gets a good shot on goal right off that crossbar. Great give and go through the middle.
Knights come up with it. Looks like Bradshaw's doing that transition trick again, where they take the ball from the D, give it right back to their offense, and go right back the other way.
Good turn. My goodness. Pretty soccer right here the last couple minutes.
They're coming out strong. Set up in the middle. Rolls away from her foot, though.
And in that little play there for Bradshaw, they had 3 or 4 give and goes through the back and then up through the middle. And those give and goes are so tough to defend against, simply because you go right around one of the defenders and kind of leave them in the dust behind the play, and now you still got 2 players going forward. And if Syracuse was able to pass that one right back to the foot of Parks, they would have had a good opportunity on goal there.
Credit that last play a slow shot on goal there. No problem for Haida to pick that ball up. Again, Bradshaw's just coming out looking strong. The Pride doing an excellent job. That's Angelina Horn on the far side, who had that when she rang off the crossbar. They go right back the other way again. Almost gets behind the defenders with it. It looks like that's Syracuse on the outside. Excuse me, no, that is Syracuse, and she's going to take a shot on net. Just going to be blocked with the hands by Haida. She's going to boot that one out.
And Olivia Goulart playing Syracuse, that through ball. They got Syracuse to get that shot off, but Goulart doing a good job so far in this first half, she's had a couple nice touches to her teammates.
Still 1-0 from the Pride. 35 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock. In case you weren't here in the first half, we have the Knights in blue. They're going towards the left side of your screen. Pride are in white going towards the right. Knights almost with a chance there. Good job coming up with it, though, is the Pride defense. They knock it out. It's going to be overheaded in by the Knights. On the far side, about midfield now.
Good touch.
Headed forward. Here's a chance by the Knights. Petrie once again comes out. Wow, what a play. Coming in on it was Kaylee Coline. What a chance by them. Petrie again, another horse race out there. And once again, we see it go right back the other way. Bradshaw Christian wastes no time getting this ball back to their offense.
And Coline with that header. She's using her height to get through the defense, but Petrie to doing what she does best, deciding what to do, coming out, taking the ball off the foot of Coline.
It's going to be a kick from Lawson. Lawson's got a lead boot. Another powerful kick from her. It's going to go wide, though, maybe about 10 feet, excuse me, from the far side of the net.
She wants that one back. She just got a little too much of it. I think she was trying to float it a little more in there. Instead, she got all of that lead boot, as you mentioned, on that one. Just goes right past everybody.
34 minutes on the clock. Knights have a good move in midfield there. Credit that to Audrey Van Groningen. Knights are going to maintain possession. Looks like that one's going to dribble away. Nearly tripped on it, though. Whoa, a lot of contact made there.
And it's going to be a Ripon ball. Excuse me, Ripon Christian going to hit the free kick here. Foul called on Jenny Lawson with that contact on the far side.
Got to call something there.
Yeah, one thing we sometimes forget about is the referees.
Side tackle made right there.
Referees doing a good job today. If you forget that the referees are out there, that means they're doing a good job. If you don't see them, they're doing great. So, and this referee in the middle, the head ref, doing a fantastic job. If there's contact, there's got to be a foul in most cases, and that's exactly what he's doing.
They line up here. Trickles through, almost goes behind the keeper. It looked like a defensive play that kind of went adrift. So it went behind Petrie, but it got booted out by the defense.
And that was Parks in there cleaning up that mess, which almost resulted in a goal, which would have been a big change in events here for the Knights. That would have been a huge positive for them. They've got to figure out a way to finish here because this Pride team is so strong in the back and up front. If they can just sneak one in, they're right back in this game because it's only 1-0, even though the Pride have kind of been controlling in the driver's seat in this game.
Overhead throw. Player streaking in.
Great touch by Parks.
So Bradshaw, they're going to kick it back out. Headed in, see if anybody can come up with it. They're going to let that one roll.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Long kick goes all the way from the crease to about midfield. Pride still have it. An extended opportunity for the Knights, though. They had a couple good plays there. Knight player goes down. She's a little slow to get up. Looks like she's struggling a little bit. And here we go. Another opportunity. Keeper goes out. Open net and puts it away.
And that is that Syracuse speed that we've been talking about. Little through ball to her, and she is off to the races. Really, Brianna Haida doing everything she could to get on that ball. She made the right decision to come out, and she actually got a foot on the first attempt from Syracuse. Fortunately for Syracuse, the ball kind of bounced right back up to her, and she's able to finish that one before the Knight defenders could get back. And here we are now, Andrew, 2-0 early in this second half.
Yeah, what happened there, Manis had possession, or at least was going to make a play on it at about midfield, and she went down a little bit hard. She struggled a bit to get up, but in the meantime, Syracuse was just able to come up with it on the other end, streak towards the goal. Even Haida, she made the first stop on it, and then the rebound got away from her. Syracuse capitalized on it, had an open net. Excellent play from Syracuse.
And a quick change of events, not 2 minutes before, Ripon had the ball down on the other side of your screen, to the left side, knocking on the door, and instead it's going to go the other way, and the Pride finished that second one.
So it's going to be Bradshaw Christian up 2-0 now over the Ripon Knights. About 30 minutes left in the second half, making that 29.5 rather. Syracuse putting her team up by another. Excellent foot speed from her. Excellent maneuver to pick up that rebound. We're here in Stockton, California, folks. Beautiful Northern California climate up here today at Lincoln High School. Bradshaw, they have the ball once again. Doing a good job muscling her way on that was Gula. Gets it up to Syracuse in front again. She's got 2 D to beat. Beats one of them. Pass up the middle. Here's an opportunity. Wow. Connected the pass over to Kennedy Barkley. Barkley delivers it right to Haida, though, on the ground.
No, I don't know how Syracuse got away on that far side from 3 defenders, able to put the ball right on the foot of Barclay, and who put a good shot on goal. But Haida doing a fantastic job of being in the right place at the right time. 90% of the job as a keeper is just getting into position and letting that ball hit you. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, what an opportunist play there. The ball just got away from the Knight defense, and it went right to, looks like that was Angelina Horn.
And Angelina Horn, after that last place, she decided to take the ball into her own hands and put that one, just buried it far post with the inside of her foot. A brilliant finish by Horn, as you said, kind of taking advantage of that opportunistic play. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure exactly what happened. The ball kind of just trickled to her foot, and she said, I'm going to finish this. Here we go.
Yeah, it looks like it was pinballing around a little bit between players, and it ended up being airmailed right to her. And she signed and delivered that one.
To the back of the net.
To the back of the net. Yeah, it looks like Haida didn't even have a chance to really make a play and try and stop that one. It was just out of nowhere. But either way, Bradshaw Christian, they're going to take a 3-0 lead here. It looks like all those opportunities are just finally coming together for them.
Yeah, they're really, in that first half, they were putting a lot of pressure on, but couldn't quite get the opportunities, that final shot on goal. I think we mentioned there was only 1 or 2 actual shots that they had, one of them finding the back of the net, and now they're kind of peppering the keeper. Brianna Haida doing a good job making the saves that she can, but credit this Pride offense kind of turning it on here still pretty early in this second half.
Little under 26.5 minutes left in the second half play. Bradshaw starting to run away with this one, putting up 3 goals, 2 within the last 3 minutes. Syracuse right in the middle, takes a big whack at it. Way over top, though. 26 minutes exactly left now on the clock.
And you got to be careful against this Bradshaw Pride squad. They've had a few games this year where they've really just, you know, I don't know the best way to put it, but I'll just kind of tell you the scores. A couple 6-0s, 11-0, 7-0, 17-0. Andrew, you hearing this? 10-1, 16-0. It seems like football scores sometimes, and that's the kind of the caliber team.
They were playing soccer, right?
That this is. As far as I can tell, I'm going to say yes, but don't quote me on it.
That's going to pad the stats, huh?
Yep. So anyway, what my point is, you got to keep this one within reach. If you are the Ripon Christian Knights, stay strong in the back there. You know, one goal, if you can sneak one in, turns into two quite quickly sometimes. But if this defense has got to pick it up, if they can stop this Pride offense.
And that's the thing, is that no lead is really safe.
Right.
And especially one goes in, all of a sudden you've got the momentum, the wind to your back.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden becomes two, and then a couple minutes left.
You're right in the game.
Mm-hmm. You're right back in it. Knights with a big overhead here. Goes right back out of play, though. 24.5 minutes left. I always seem to be catching the clock on half minutes. Must be a pattern. Here we go back the other way, Bradshaw. A lot of open field there. Knocked away. Can be a contest along the line, though. Picked up again by Bradshaw. Bradshaw, I think they put in some substitutions.
Vanessa Vallow on the near side for Ripon, doing a good job winning that ball. Good hustle play.
Here's Syracuse again. We're always keeping an eye on her. She's fun to watch, and she makes some big plays for her squad. We've seen that time and time again today.
Mm-hmm. Very dangerous, great offensive threat. Good touch. My goodness,
Charging
Parks.
from the back of the line, huh?
And that's Parks.
Parks, if she can get to it. Not quite, though. Syracuse trying to set up Parks. Parks, who made a great defensive play to control that ball, drove it up herself before giving it off to Syracuse, who tried to set her up.
And Parks, who was playing in that center mid position, has now dropped back to more of a sweeper position, last line of defense, because of this 3-0 lead. I think that's a good call by Coach Michael Rangel.
Deep shot goes into the wrong net, unfortunately. Goes into the practice net behind.
And that's Jenny Lawson again. We've said it a few times.
Leg. She's got a leg.
She has two legs, and one of them is pretty dangerous, loading up the cannon.
About 23 minutes left on the clock. Knights are going to go back, though, see if they can get through. They're going to whistle that one, though.
And this is one of those, you know, you got to take advantage of the opportunities that you're given. That ball just kind of popped up and hit a Pride player in the hand. And if you're Ripon Christian, you've got to get more players in the box, float this one in right about the penalty spot, and try to finish.
Not a lot of altitude on that ball. It's going to go about head height. Float right through everyone.
I think the referee's going to disagree with you and say it hit one of the Pride defenders on its way out.
Well, that's going to give him an opportunity from the corner. We've harped on this before, John Henry, but this is a solid opportunity for any team.
Right.
They move in now. Kick is up. Good kick, far side. Headed out, though, by the Pride.
And that's been one of their best opportunities so far for the Knights. And those are the ones in a game like this, when you're down 3 goals, those have got to find the back of the net.
Absolutely. The chances have not come often for the Knights, so when you get them, you got to take them.
Pride doing a good job of keeping this pace of play in their favor. They're playing very calmly, very with a lot of poise. You can see all these passes, about a dozen passes here back and forth just short balls, keeping possession of the ball, keeping the pace kind of down, and just working it forward slowly as opposed to those big kicks from the back trying to send their forwards forward.
Now, they're certainly playing a possession game, and I think that has been more so here in the second half. It seems like the passes have just been sharper, crisper, finding their targets, and their setups, especially offensively, have just been superb.
Yeah, and that's reflected right in the score. 2 goals already in this early, well, about halfway through the half now.
Sky-high kick. Whoa. They're really muscling her around out there. That's the defense of Ripon.
And Simmons doing everything she can to get her foot on the ball, but good job again by that Ripon defense. Not sure what the call was there, but looks like it's going to be Ripon ball with a free kick on their own 18. And the head referee is going to actually come on over to the sideline and speak with the side ref. Maybe the side ref called a foul, which they're allowed to do, kind of if the referee doesn't see it.
Little under 20 minutes. Once again, Bradshaw, they're up 3-0 over the Knights. The Knights have begun to fall a little bit flat here in the second half after being down only by 1 goal after the first. Here's a chance for Haida to go out and sweep that one up. She is.
Great save by Haida. Again, making a great decision, sticking with it, going after the ball. Going after the ball strong, too. Great touch in the middle. And again, that's Olivia Gula, who's really turned it on this second half, getting a few opportunities and giving Pride the few opportunities that they've had to score.
Far side of the field, still maintaining possession. It's Kaylin Groen. Gets it over to midfield now, right in the middle. Who slips up on that one, manages to come up with it, though, is Coline.
I think she did that on purpose.
Sends it back down the other way. Looking for a shot. Real sharp angle, though. That was Blumhoff that was looking to get that one off.
And we're seeing a substitution here. Looks like Syracuse is going to come off. Not sure. It looked like the referee said she had to come off, and a lot of times that might be because you've got a cut or something that you've got to clean up. We'll try to get that info for you soon.
For the Knights on the far side, Evans comes out. Not a chance to see who substituted in for her, though. We'll be back on defense. Look at her now. That's Ellen Blankers.
And going back, keeping an eye on Syracuse here on the near sideline. The trainer's actually massaging her calf, so it might be that, you know, later in the game here, she's had a lot of running out there. Might just be cramps in that calf, which if anyone listening has ever had a calf cramp, that's something that you want to take care of as soon as possible, because it is not pleasant.
17 minutes on the clock. Bradshaw still has possession, a 3-0 lead. Looking to set up an offensive strike again. Kicked away up towards us, actually. It's going to be a substitution, I believe. For Bradshaw, they're going to be sending in Kennedy Barkley, and then out goes Angelina Horn. Play will continue again here. That's Katie Dunham who's going to be throwing that one in overhead. Booted away by the Knights. That one's going to roll out again. It seems like they've just had problems setting up any sort of offensive strike, John Henry.
Yeah, especially now the Pride dropping Parks back to that defensive spot. I mean, at this point when it's 3-0 with only 16 minutes left, you want to focus on securing that defense and keeping that 3-0 lead as opposed to trying to extend it. Obviously, if you score a goal, you're not upset about it, but the focus right now for the Pride is to secure that defense, which they've done a great job doing all day, and with one more defender, it's going to be that much harder for the Knights to have any kind of opportunities.
Gula has it in the near corner, takes a sharp angle shot. Not sure if she was trying to center that one or try and get a shot on net there. Either way, real tough angle. 15.5 minutes left.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information as well as links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Knights just got away with a handball there. Crowd was audibly upset by that one. By the way, ref didn't call that.
And on the near side here for the Pride, Alyssa Quintero has substituted in, and they're trying to find her with that switch. Didn't quite get all of it. She's still got a lot of space to work with. Didn't quite get to her. Oop, another handball looked like.
Looks like the referees are letting it go more often than not at this point in the game. Crossover, big chance, could not get the left foot on it. Looks like that was Gula right in the middle.
And Alyssa Quintero, they finally got that ball to her, and she put the dangerous cross in from this near side, and they're looking for her again, it looks like. There she is.
There she goes. Good move by her. Gets the pass off. Looks like they're going to try and center this one once again. Opportunity outside of her right foot. Looks like she's going to take a swing. Again, makes a pass instead, though. Looks like the Knights are going to get possession, though. Maybe not. There's a kick. That was Lawson. Knights going to go back the other way. Got a lot of room on the outside. Could not get it, though. That was Espinosa. Or, excuse me, not Espinosa. That was Vanessa Vallo. Excuse me, the captain of the Knights who had the chance there.
Some very good soccer being played by the Pride. You can tell they're not giving up or in cruise control or anything, but they're playing with such poise and confidence. I mean, just playing the ball on the ground to each other, having some fun out there, and that's what this team kind of does. We mentioned those scores that they were able to put in, 16 goals in a game, and this is why they're a very, very good team, tough team to beat.
Another sub for the Pride. In comes Ruth Moreno.
She is one of only 2 freshmen on this Pride squad, trying to get some experience for this freshman. Great ball.
Here's another one for Bradshaw. It's going to be at the line. It's going to be close whether or not that one went in. Haida goes down hard. Looks like there was a contest right along the line.
And that's Ruth Moreno getting right in on the action, playing the through ball, looking for Tricia Simmons. And it ended up going through the legs of the keeper, Haida. She couldn't quite get a handle on it. And it was kind of a 50-50 ball going through towards the goal line. Simmons and Haida racing for it, and I think Simmons got a little piece of Haida as she went in. The sideline referee, the linesman, making the call on that one, and it's going to be a free kick from their own 6-yard box for the Knights.
Well, Haida's back up. She looks a little bit shaken, not stirred though. 11.5 minutes left on the clock. Still 3-0 game. Bradshaw in the lead.
Good defense there. Fantastic. That's one thing that this Ripon Christian team is not short on. solid one-on-one defensive players. We haven't seen the Pride have a lot of success going one-on-one in the dribble situation, trying to beat defenders, because this Ripon Christian team is so solid in the back.
Another whistle here. The Pride are not pleased with that call. A yellow card's going to be issued.
Little too much contact, too much intentional contact. I think that's what we're going to call that one.
Well, I don't know about that. It looked like a pretty generous call by the referee to issue a yellow card there, but they've got a much better view down on the field than we have up here. Kicks taken by the Knights. That was Emily Hooksema. Right back the other way by the Pride, though. Defense pokes it away. That was a good move by Beelsma to get that one away from the trying effort of Tricia Simmons on Bradshaw. Less than 10 minutes on the clock.
And as that one was poked away, it went down right near that corner flag, but ended up just going across the sideline as opposed to touchline, so it's going to be a throw for the Pride.
Overhead. Picked up by the Knights pretty easily. Right back down the middle, though. Taken to the outside. I don't think she's going to be able to get to that one.
And that's the freshman running after that one, Ruth Moreno. Again, she is... I'd be excited to watch her play when she gets into her junior, senior year, already making an impact as a freshman, which you really, to be quite honest with you, you don't see that a whole lot at this high school level, a freshman coming in, simply because there's such a big difference physically, mentally, emotionally, even from a 14-year-old to an 18-year-old, freshman to a senior. And Ruth Moreno, she's gonna take a break here, but credit her, really making a big impact in a big game on a big stage.
Looks like Gula Parks and Horn are going to check in now with 8.5 minutes left on the clock. Probably putting in their best personnel here to seal the deal.
Yeah, the three of them kind of slowly came off one by one. Coach giving them a quick rest, and now, like you said, kind of assuming they're going to finish this one off.
Maybe an opportunity here for the Knights if they can get to it. On the far side is Ashley Blumhoff. Bit of a runaway ball there.
And that's actually Syracuse back there for on the defensive side now for Bradshaw. They'd like that speed to track down balls like that so nobody gets behind the defense. Ooh.
Good play by the Pride there. Looks like that good touch was from Katie Dunham. Back on defense for the Pride. Back in midfield, Pride transitioning once again. We've seen them take advantage of this sequence of events before in this game, many a time. So they quickly snap back from defense over to offense. Seems like they don't really like to slug it out in midfield that much. You see that a lot where teams will just sort of tick-tock back and forth right around midfield. Pride seemed to skip over that phase, just go right from defense back to offense.
And that's what makes them so dangerous. That transition play, they do a great job of moving quickly, catching the defense off on their heels. And while we've got a second here, I want to credit this Bradshaw Christian defense. Sorry, don't want to interrupt the action. I'll do it now. Jenny Lawson, Katie Dunham, and Alicia Mann kind of holding down the defensive side, doing a great job all game. Not to mention Petrie in the goal. Don't forget Savannah Grant as well. Those 5 players pretty much solid in there all game, and you don't wonder anymore why they're winning games not 15-1 but 16-0 and really shutting out teams because they're so solid at the defensive side.
That might actually be close to an ideal outcome if you're winning a game 16-0. 5:40 left on the clock. It continues to wind down. Ripon, the opportunities are going to get sparser and sparser here. Whoa, some contact made over midfield. The ref was right on top of it, did not call anything. Now we have a hand in the air.
And that hard tackle there by Ripon, getting an opportunity up top, but the through ball was just a tad late as the striker was caught offsides, and that's going to be the call. Ball's going to come all the way back to just about midfield.
Still a beautiful day here up in Stockton. Looking at the flag, the wind's blowing a little bit towards the Knights side of the field. Is soft wind, but I'll tell you, temperature right around perfect. Here we go, an opportunity. Oh my goodness.
And that's Parks. As she buries her face in her hands, she wants that one back.
Yeah, she was maybe about 10 feet out from the net or so. With only the goalie in front of her. She sends it just about 4 or 5 inches high, maybe about half a foot.
Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, she would have shelved that one perfectly.
And Jillian Maybe checking in, number... You know what? I'm actually going to say that's possibly Danny Lawson. We've got 2 number 20s on the roster. Checking in at left defender.
Goalie comes out, makes a play on that one. That's Haida once again. And it looks like Bradshaw is not letting up with only 3.5 minutes left on the clock. They're not easing up. They're not relenting as the clock continues to wind down here. Pride still have it. Good play by Parks. Gets a little bit out in front of her, though. Those Syracuse charging down the line. Back up in the middle of the field. Parks once again. She's on the near side here looking for somewhere to go with it. A lot of Knights players in front of her. She gets around one of them. Could not get past the second or third. 2:40 left on the clock. Syracuse taken down there. Going to whistle that one.
Man, she's really, the last couple minutes, been slicing and dicing up the middle through the defense of the Knights, and there drawing the foul. And now another good opportunity for Jenny Lawson to get another assist here on a free kick. She's going to drop this one right about far post.
Over towards the far side. Header goes up. Another header. See if it can connect to anybody. Wow, teed up about a foot in the air. Great opportunity there for Gula.
Gula hit that one hard.
Yeah, defense got in front of it, though. Didn't even get a chance to make it to the keeper. So we hit the 2-minute mark here. We're going to go into extra time. Kicked back in, right to the keeper, Haida, and some contact made after Haida had her hands on it.
And that was Simmons going in strong there.
She went in strong, but I was concerned about Haida. Her head was only about a foot from the post. Looks like they issued the yellow card for that play.
And folks, Play On Sports will have live coverage of the Sac-Joaquin Section Softball Championships on Wednesday, May 22nd. Game 1 coverage of Divisions 1, 2, and 3 will begin at 4 p.m. and Game 2 coverage to follow if necessary. Remember to check the Play On Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all of our upcoming broadcasts from around the San Joaquin section and beyond. The spring championships are here, only on PlayOnSports.com.
Looks like Kennedy Barkley is coming in for Simmons, who was issued that yellow card. We're in extra time here, so this one should be winding down pretty soon. Safe to say that Bradshaw Christian is going to take this one, though, with that strong 3-0 lead. Hey, stranger things have happened, though. Overhead, they toss it back in. Bond's just looking to put one up on the board here, though. Big boot into the bushes behind the net. That's far out of play. Cleared the goalkeeper's net there by about 1.5 feet.
And before the shot was taken, I think the referee put up his flag here on the near side, calling an offsides on the previous through ball.
Knight player goes down. A lot of contact being made late in the game here, though. We saw a pretty clean first half for the most part. That was Coline that went down. Job getting the Lake up. Actually turning that into a pass in midfield. Knight's not giving up here, still charging hard. Maybe a play on the outside on the near side of the field, though. That one's going to get kicked out defensively. Kicked out defensively once again. Just trying to keep that ball to the outside of the field. Dunham's going to overhand this one in. Poked away. Bradshaw's really doing an excellent job just maintaining possession of the ball. Kick to the outside of the net. So the Knights are going to get that one back. Still down by those 3 goals, rather. Deep kick to midfield. They blow the whistle, and that is going to be all she wrote. Bradshaw Christian Pride, they're going to walk away the Division 7 Women's Soccer Championships in the Sac-Joaquin section, or the Ripon Christian Knights. Final score of 3-0. Take it away, John Henry.
Man, what a game. This Bradshaw Christian Pride team is going to be a tough team to beat in the upcoming tournament that'll start next week, I believe. And you got to credit Jessica Syracuse, Natalie Parks, and Angelina Horn. 3 of the girls that just did a fantastic job out on the field, and it doesn't always happen this way, but they were also the 3 that scored the goals for the Pride in this 3-0 victory. And then, again, we already mentioned the defense for the Bradshaw Christian team, but sorry, folks, but Mary Petrie, wanted to give her one more shout-out, the senior captain, staying in goal, just doing a fantastic job, and credit them with the shutout.
Well, that'll do it for us here at PlayOnSports.com for this game. We're back with more action, though. All sorts of soccer coverage here for the Sac-Joaquin section tonight. My name is Andrew Lockhart. For John Henry, we have Robert Fields and Dan Stewart on top with the video. Thanks for listening on your home for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.